Building out and automating your own smart home is awesome, but it can get quite expensive pretty quick, especially if you use HomeKit. And for me, that's where Aqara comes in. Today we're going to take a look at the Aqara line of smart home products, and I'm going to show you how you can use their products to build an affordable smart home. Let's go! Yo, what's up guys? Thanks so much for joining me. My name is Shane and this channel is all about building an easy smart home using Apple's HomeKit platform with new videos published every Sunday. Big thanks to Aqara for sponsoring this video. It's awesome to get a sponsor like Aqara on the channel because I've been a big fan of their products for a long time. I've been using them for a long time, long before they were a sponsor. Actually, I've been using Aqara stuff way back since when I first started building my smart home. And one of the main reasons I started using the Aqara stuff in the first place was because they were so affordable. See, I decided to use HomeKit as my primary smart home platform, and historically, HomeKit products have always been a little bit more on the expensive side. Fortunately, that is getting a little bit better with time, but that's what really drew me to the Aqara stuff initially. At the time, they were the only ones that offered, HomeKit sensors for under 20 bucks. No one else even came close to that. And to this day, they still are some of the most affordable, reliable products for HomeKit. And if HomeKit isn't your thing, they also support Alexa and Google Assistant. So you're pretty much covered no matter what. These days, the Aqara products are available pretty much worldwide, and their product line has continued to grow, offering even more for your smart home at great prices. And they've really stood the test of time for me personally. Not only are they very reliable and responsive, but I've been using many of these little sensors in my home and have only had to change like 1 or 2 batteries in the whole time I've been using them, over the past couple of years. So today I'm just gonna kind of walk you through some of the Aqara products that I use in my own personal setup. I've broken this video into chapters, which will be available below if you want to skip around to any certain parts. And if you see anything you like, I'll put links below to everything as usual. I have been told that Aqara is actually having a big 24-hour sales event this coming Saturday, September 18th on Amazon. So again, I'll put more info to that below. Could be a great time to pick up some of these extra little sensors or products for your smart home. So the first thing to point out is that you will need an Aqara Hub in order to connect any of the child, the Aqara child devices to your smart home platform. Now, before you get all up in arms about another hub, hear me out. I've always sort of been kind of an advocate for hubs, believe it or not. Now, nobody wants a ton of hubs, especially ones you don't really need, but I think hubs do have their place, and the hub is actually one of the things that led me to really like the Aqara products once I started using them. See, the child devices all communicate via Zigbee to the hub, which means that they do require a hub, but it also means that they're very fast and reliable and drain very little power. The batteries last for years, and my automations are all lightning fast thanks to that Zigbee communication. I really do like what Aqara did here. Okay, so instead of just giving you a hub, another box that sits in your server closet and takes up space, does nothing like most hubs, Aqara was like, we're gonna give you a hub that actually does something. So these are all Aqara hubs. We have the Aqara M1 Hub and the M2 Hubs that can both be used as a security system with built-in speakers. The M1 Hub also includes a cool LED nightlight ring that is exposed to HomeKit, by the way. The M2 Hub can also be used as an IR blaster. And the G2H camera is, it's a camera and a hub. So you can connect any of the Aqara child devices to any of their hubs for integration into your smart home. And I've heard that there are even more Aqara hubs on the way, like their new G3 camera hub and the E1 hub. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, drop a comment below if you want to see videos on those once they're available. Now, once you've decided which hub would be best for you, now we get to the fun part. Now is when you can really start adding the child devices to your hub. And I'm warning you, it is a little bit addicting because they're so affordable. You can add up to 64 child devices to the G2H camera and up to 128 child devices to the M1S hub or the M2 hub. Now let's talk about those child devices and accessories. So I first started years ago with the Aqara door sensors and motion sensors. So I really love the value that you get with Aqara because I was able to get fast and reliable door sensors that work with HomeKit to put on all of my main doors, something that would have been pretty costly to do otherwise. And because they're so affordable, I ended up even getting extras so that I could get creative and make some cool automations like, notifications when my mailbox is opened or notifications when the dryer's done. I recently did make a video showing 10 cool automation ideas for sensors like these. I'll put a link to that video in the description below also if you want to check that out. Now, they've also got temperature and humidity sensors and even a new air quality sensor. So I have these, especially these little temperature sensors in various rooms throughout my house. And I can run temperature-based automations with these. I have a number of their motion sensors, which I really like because, again, very affordable, but also very fast and responsive, which is super important for motion sensors. Also, it's worth noting, as far as HomeKit goes, one great thing here is that I can use any of the Aqara products in HomeKit, and they can be used to automate products from any other brands within HomeKit. So for example, my Aqara motion sensor here can be set up to turn on any HomeKit light when it detects motion, even if they're made by another brand. So these things work with any HomeKit products. They work great. They also have water leak sensors. So this from Aqara I really love because I kind of struggle buying something that will never really get used or hopefully never get used. It's much more fun just to buy cool lights and things for your home that you'll see every day or you can automate. But the idea of a leak sensor is sort of set it and forget it, and you kind of hope you never have to use it. So the Aqara leak sensors are fantastic because they're so affordable, compared to other water sensors. I can just buy a bunch of these under 20 bucks each and kind of put them through all the potential problem spots that might experience a water leak one day. And I don't, feel bad about spending a ton of money on something that hopefully I'll never even have to use. So I've got these little leak sensors throughout my house. I got one under my washing machine, under sinks, got one by my hot water heater in the garage, and I even have one in the attic where we did once experience a bad leak that ended up costing us a lot of money. If I would have had one of these up there at the time, it probably would have saved me a lot of money and headaches. Now, one of the more unique sensors that they have is the vibration sensor. This thing can detect, I have one right here. So this can detect tilt, drop, or vibration, and you can do all kinds of cool automations with these. Again, there are some cool automation ideas in that video that I mentioned earlier, utilizing this little sensor right here. In addition to all these sensors, Aqara also offers products, we'll call them controllers, like smart buttons, plugs, and switches. They have a smart plug that has power monitoring, allowing you to create automations based around power consumption. So I'm using one of these on my washing machine right now, so I can actually tell when the washing cycle is complete. Their wireless mini switch is a great little HomeKit button. This is also one of those products that really benefits from a Zigbee connection, as opposed to something like Bluetooth, which other smart buttons may use. When you push a little smart button, you're gonna want a fast response and get as little lag as possible. And these things work just great. They are super fast and reliable thanks to that Zigbee connection. A great automation is to hide one of these little buttons and use it as an easy way to toggle on and off the security system function of the Aqara Hub, or control any of your lights. I actually used one of these little HomeKit buttons for a couple of years on my front porch as a doorbell that kind of worked within HomeKit. This was before I had a doorbell camera out there, but you can use one of these as a doorbell. All kinds of really cool stuff you can do with the little wireless mini switch. Now last year they also started offering smart wall switches. Aqara has a great lineup of smart switches no matter what type you need. They have them, you know, with neutral or without. So even if you don't have neutral wires in your house, you can still use these. They offer single rocker, and I think one of the only HomeKit smart switches that I know of that actually comes in a double rocker version as well. So if you have one of those setups, you know, where you need like 2 switches in the footprint of one, you can use one of these double rocker switches. And what's great about these switches is, again, they connect via Zigbee to the hub, so they are fast and reliable, and they're a lot cheaper, more affordable if you're kind of working on a budget than some of the other options out there. And what's cool about many of these controller type accessories like the switches or the smart plug is that not only do they utilize that Zigbee connection to your hub, but they can also act as a Zigbee repeater, essentially expanding that Zigbee network to give you even more range for other Aqara accessories in your house. So whether you're just getting started or looking to take your smart home automations to the next level, Aqara is a great way to do that by adding a lot of these sensors and products, you know, without really breaking the bank. Again, just the affordability and the quality is just, it's a great value, and you can really outfit your house with the Aqara stuff without breaking the bank, and it's something that I've been doing over the past few years, and just really happy with the Aqara product line. Now be sure to check out this video over here. That's the one that I mentioned earlier, showing you some really cool automation ideas that you can do with a lot of these sensors. Subscribe if you haven't already for new HomeKit videos every Sunday. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see y'all later.